Okay guys, we're back. Now hopefully you successfully installed your Raspberry Pi desktop to your machine and everything went hunky-dory. You followed all the instructions after first boot and you've restarted, and this is the screen you have like this. And you're thinking, oh, can we change that? Yeah, you can, but we'll come to that another time. The first thing we're going to do is show you the several ways of installing programs on your machine. As you can see here, if I go to my menu, which is up here, which you should know where it is. If you've had a Raspberry Pi before, you know how it works. And sound and video, I've got a program called Simple Screen Recorder, and that's a video casting machine program that I'm using now, that I've used for a very, very long time. But it doesn't come as standard with the Raspberry Pi, or the Raspberry Pi desktop. Yeah, so you have to install that. And I'm going to show you one of the ways you can do this, okay? So we're going to show you 3 different ways of installing programs on your machine. So now, go back to our menu. As you can see, under Education and Programming, we get quite a bit to start with anyway, but they're not enough, okay? They're just not enough. I mean, you get all the Office stuff as well, for all your writing stuff, calc, etc. Blah, 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 blah. And this goes on and on. But we want to install some different programs. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'll show you how, is this way. Now this is how I installed Simple Screen Recorder. And this is via the terminal command. Now not everybody's going to be happy using this, but I'll show you anyway, okay? Because you're going to need it just this one time to install this one program that I want you to install to make things a bit easier for you, okay? So you want to type in sudo apt install, and we want this program called Synaptic. And you click enter, and it goes down there and it checks out all the stuff we need, and it will bring in all these packages for us, okay, that we really need for this program. Do I want to install it? Yes, I do. So I'm going to hit on the Y button and then click enter. Now what this does now is going to install the program for us via the command line. This is what the command line is. Very easy, really, isn't it? So wait a little while, a little while longer, and it goes long. We're nearly there. Doing this all in real time for you, okay? All in real time. We're recording on the machine at the same time, as you can see. So of course our CPU usage is going to be a bit higher than it normally would be. But don't worry about that. But now that is done, okay? We're done. We're finished. Super. So that's how you use the command line to install stuff. Right, the second one is this. Now, if I click on my menu and go down to Preferences, I will have Synaptic Package Manager there. That's what we installed. You click here. Now, put your password in that it asked you to put in not too long ago when you first built the machine. So I do this one. It's a really easy one. I'm going to hit enter, and Synaptic will start for us. This is an old-fashioned way of installing programs. It's an old package manager, basically. That's what it used to look like. There are newer ones, and we can look at them in the future, but so don't worry about it. So I'm going to make this full screen for you. First we want to do is reload, okay, to make sure everything is up to date in Synaptic. And it seems to be. We'll wait for our little big timer to finish what it's got doing. It won't be long, and we're done. Okay, so we want to look for another program to install. So I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to go to search, and I really want a music player. So I'm going to search for one we called Clementine. So go to Clementine, hit enter. Hopefully I've spelled that correctly, and it'll be okie dokie. There it is. There's my music library and player. Super. So we want to mark for installation, and it's going to download all these other files for us. There are quite a few. So we'll mark that, and we're going to apply. Off we go. And it needs 10 megabytes of downloads. That's not many, is it? So we click apply, and it's downloading them for us really, really quickly. Can you see? I'll just say here so you can see what's going on. So this is the command line in the background, but I'm just showing you via the package manager, so it's a bit easier for you. So this is the second way of installing stuff. So we're going to wait for it to go through. And I'm going to quick drink of orange juice while I'm here. Orangey. And I'll wait a little. We'll wait a little. And we're done. That was nice and quick, wasn't it? Now we wait for our egg timer one more time. It's doing its eggy thing. Hard or soft boiled, I don't know. There we go. So now we're going to close that window. Now in theory, we shouldn't have to restart to get this. No. And here is Clementine. Hopefully it will start first time. It normally does. So if you hang on, hang on. I shouldn't have to reboot, but hey, who knows? There it comes. Some of you may recognise the layout of this, but hey. So what I'll do when I get all my music from my hard disk drive, or my portable hard disk drive, I'll put it all in this machine, so I've got a music player I can use when the students are not using this machine, of course. So we can close that now. I'll close it from the taskbar, so we'll quit that, and we're all done. Now, if we go to a menu again, and preferences, we also get add and remove software. So if I click there again, now this is another package manager, and I don't particularly like it, but it's there. So if you want to find a program here, so we wouldn't think for the kids at school, yeah? So I'm going to type in Tux Math, and we'll wait for it. There we go. There it is. Now this is the 32-bit one, so it should work fine. So if I click there, and we want the data for that as well. Okay, and we're going to apply that. That's loading. It wants the password again. This is just to make sure nobody's doing it without you looking at the end of the day. And it goes along and along in real time. Remember, we're in real time. Installing our packages again and again and again and again. We're nearly there. Loading the cache. Querying. And we're done. That program is now installed. So we can click OK. So where would that be? Would that be under Games? No. It should be under Education. And there's Tux Math. I will show you this program later date. But that's the 3 ways to install programs or apps on your Raspberry Pi desktop. Okay. I'll see you for the next one soon. Bye bye.